it's Mr. Dowd here. Welcome to Remote STEM class. So today we're going to go through and continue working on our drawing of our avatar. All right. So at this point, you should have your physical traits done. You should be kind of learning how to do 3D drawings on 2D. 2D meaning a flat piece of paper. 3D means three-dimensional, so like an object. Like you see, his head is square, so you can kind of see the depth perception of it. But yeah, so we're just going to continue on with that. So if I go back to my physical traits list, I can see what I need to do next. So he has big round eyes. So my eyes are a little bit more square, but I think I like that, but they need to be bigger, right? Actually, you know what? I'll use these little squares as the pupils. So first thing I want to do is rotate them so they're in line with the top of his head. So if I just... yeah, that looks good. So what degree did I just make that? 2. Okay. Remember, if you go up to the top, that little bar there, you'll be able to see things spinning like that. That's not what I want. All right, that looks good. So we'll have to be moving those around a tiny bit. All right, let's go ahead and make the actual eyes. So we'll make those pupils black. So you click on the pupil and you go over to, actually if I right click it, does that show me it? No. It's the fill button right there. So fill color black. So now it's black, and then same with that one. Black. Alrighty. Now let's go to insert. Oh no, not image. Sorry, let's go back to shapes again. Go over and circle ovals. It's roundish, right? Go ahead and make it that. So does that look like a big enough eyeball? I think so. Let's copy that over, make another one. Actually, let's move that eyeball off of it for a second. Get these two eyes in there. Alrighty. How's that look so far? Does that look good? Move those pupils over. Oh, why are those not? Oh, I need to send them to the front. That's what I need to do. Move those all back out of the way for a second. All right. Move that over. It's all a little fine tuning. It's okay if you mess up, because you can always press Control Z to undo whatever you did. Or remember, these buttons over here can go back. So if I click on that and I right click, there should be under order, it's bring to front. All right, so usually the order of things go in the newer the object that you made, the more up front it's going to be. So by doing that, now if I drag that over, it should show off on the front of it. All right. Since we had printed these off afterwards, these are technically atop of the pupil. So let's go ahead and we'll go and bring it to the front again and bring that there. Perfect. So now I got eye with pupils. Let's go back to my physical trait list. I have green eyes. Well, I do have green eyes, but my Robin character also has green eyes. Let's go ahead, click there, go back to fill. Put green, maybe I'll go down to this. What's this? Dark green 2. Yeah, like well, he's Robin Hood. So maybe he shouldn't have green eyes, because his rest of his character is going to be, his rest of his outfit will be in green. So if I go back to my physical traits list, I'm going to edit it. So let's make it blue eyes. Blue eyes, like Blue Eyes White Dragon from, what's that show? The blue eyes like that. Alrighty. I think that'd be a good color. That's all. Oh, I messed up. I did his pupil, but that's all we got for today.
guys, so today I'm making macaroni and cheese. This is actually from the box, which is probably what you're most used to. You can make it from scratch, which requires a longer period of time, but I thought this is something that is probably what you could do on your own in a quick manner for lunch. So I've been boiling the macaroni for about 7 minutes. It's ready to drain. You're going to put it back in the pan after you drain to add the milk and the cheese and the butter. Okay? All right, so now you're draining it, rinsing it under cold water. All right, just rinsing out the starch. And I'm going to put it back in the pan. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit of margarine. A little bit of milk. Okay, so now I added the cheese, the powdered cheese, which is from the box. This is going to be white cheddar, so I put it on low heat. And I do this just so it all melts in and stays warm. Because after you rinse the spaghetti, or after you rinse the pasta, it gets a little cold. So if you want a warm dish, you would heat it up over the flame, low, and just mix all the ingredients in. Like that. This is a fan favorite. If you're in a pinch, not the best for you, but it's better than, it keeps you warm on a cold day, that's for sure. It's nice comfort food. Comfort food is something that fills you up and keeps you warm. That's your macaroni and cheese. And this is white cheddar, that's why it's white, but you can also make it any type of cheese. This cheese happens to be white cheddar cheese. Okay, so now it is done, but it's still hot. So I'm gonna put it into a bowl. And if you're not gonna eat it right away, and you put it into the refrigerator, you need to wait for it to cool. That's true with anything that you make, okay? Or if you don't eat it all, make sure that whatever you put in the refrigerator is cool and not steaming hot like it's showing right now. All right, so this is going into this bowl only because I don't plan on eating it. But I'm also not gonna put it in the refrigerator because it's still too hot to put in the refrigerator. But later on, if somebody in my house wants it, they can heat it up. And it'll be good to go. Okay? So the other day, I showed you my recipe box, and I saw one of you had made one. If anybody else made their recipe box, I'd love to see it. That way you have a place to put your own recipes and anybody else's that you find that you like. And you can take some old recipes, maybe from mom or grandma, and you know, put them in your recipe box. That way as you get older, you have recipes of your own. Okay, pass them down through the family. That's what we do. All right. So anyway, this is a nice comfort food, your mac and cheese. I know you guys make it. And there's actually a better way to make it that's not from a box, but because I know a lot of you eat it from the box, I thought I would show you this first. Okay, until next time.
Hey, Gators, welcome back to Language in Play. So, today you are going to begin constructing your Halloween character monologue. All right? For this monologue, you are going to write your character because your character needs to convince the keeper of the candy that they deserve to receive a treat instead of a trick. Okay? Every year, when you go trick-or-treating, you say trick or treat. I think most times you guys get a piece of candy. But there is that other option. What if you got a trick every time and you never got candy? Well, the keeper of the candy will decide, based on your monologue, whether or not you deserve a piece of candy. All right? Now, guess who the keeper of the candy is going to be? This guy right here. Mr. Two Thumbs. Lenny the Zombie. All right? So, we're going to go over our monologue checklist. Okay? The first part, your monologue must be written in the first person. That means you are referring to yourself with pronouns like I, me, my, okay? We, us. Those are all first person pronouns, okay? Be true. Use true feelings. How do you feel saying this monologue? Are you begging? Are you sad? Are you excited? How do you feel during your monologue? Use some expression. Be creative. The more creative you are, the more fun this is. Make sure that you add details. Okay, use some of the details from your character profile. That'll help you out. And also, be aware of punctuation. Punctuation matters. There's a difference between let's eat grandma and let's eat grandma. What's the difference between those two? Let's eat grandma means you're literally going to eat your grandma for dinner. Let's eat grandma with the comma right there. Okay? The comma just saved grandma's life. Okay? Because now we're saying, let's eat, grandma. Right? Come on, grandma, let's go eat. So remember, punctuation matters. It can save lives. Now, I gave you an example, Lenny the Zombie's sample monologue, and I'm going to be sharing this document with you. Okay? Keeper of the candy. This will stay the same for everybody. You shall receive either a trick or a treat. The next words you utter will be the base for my decision. Lenny the Zombie.
Joe, will you send me to Bloomer?
I have 75 children, and there is no way I'm going to be able to buy them all candy for Halloween. I have spent the last 400 years trying to get candy on this day, and all of them all I have ever received is a trick. I deserve the candy. This year alone, I was able to turn 22 people to Zombie Nation. It won't rot my teeth. I only have 3 left anyway. Finally, I cannot stand the begging.
I just put you in the room so you should be able to.
Children
If it doesn't pop up on your screen, you'll go down to the
all
bottom
day,
corner.
every day, all I hear is, I want candy.
So you should be able to jump in and out of breakout rooms too.
It is driving me so insane. I am about to eat my own brain. I pledge to you on this day that you may trick me forevermore if I can just have a treat this one time. I will wait for your reply. Okay, that's an example of the monologue. And then you are going to write yours below. And Friday, you will be performing your monologue on Flipgrid. Can't wait to see it. Thank you.
Hi guys. I really love those drawings that have been coming in. I've been seeing some great results from you guys, starting out with shapes and then moving on to more detailed drawings. Now for this next assignment, I would like you to try using the shapes to draw this baby fox, but you have an option to either draw along with me using shapes or you can use Google Draw. So Mr. Dowd explained to you guys how to use Google Draw. So you should be able to come up with a drawing of some kind of a baby fox. It might not look as detailed as this, but it should look like a fox. So you can use the Google Draw tools to make a fox, or you can follow along with me using a pencil and paper. Okay, so when I first look at this fox, I'm looking at the shapes that I see, and I would start with an oval shape for his head. So that's how I'm going to start it off. Pretty good size oval for his head. So there's my oval. Next, look at those ears. You guessed it, 2 triangles for those ears. Now, when I look at his cute little snout there, I see a half a circle, and it's pretty low down. So I might do something like this, and then just make it into a half a circle. It looks a little bit more like a pig to me right now, so I'm going to have to add more details to make it look more like a fox. And if you're doing Google Draw, you may start with something similar to this, using those Google Draw tools. So with my pencil drawing, I see another little oval there for the nose. I'm just going to go ahead and draw that there. Now, just by adding that little oval, created the look of the fox that I'm looking for. Next, the eyes. So I see a little circle here and a little circle there. I'm going to go ahead and add my circles for the eyes. One right there, one right there. I think that's in a good spot. Next, I'm going to go back up to those ears and add a smaller triangle inside. Okay. Next, I see those eyes. There's a little circle inside both eyes, of course, the pupil. So that's what I'm going to draw next. A little circle in there, a little circle in there. And as you know, I like to leave a little white dot. You can see a little shine on his eye here next to the black, and on this eye too, a little white shine next to the black. So I'm going to leave a little white circle next to the black part, and I'll color in around that behind it. So you can see what I did. So I'm going to leave those smaller dots white. Okay, color the pupil in. You can use a pencil to add shading and darken areas and add darker values and keep some areas light. Or you can also use colored pencils and crayons to color in your fox. I see a little shine on his nose there, so I'm just going to make a little mark like this on his nose. That little smaller oval shape is going to remain white. And I'm just going to use my pencil to color in his nose. Darken in that nose a little bit. Okay. Next, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading with my pencil, but you can also use a colored pencil or crayon if you wish. But when I just add a little bit of a darker value or some shadow shading, it creates the look of form, makes his little snout kind of pop forward a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to go in and color his eyes. Just shade them in a little bit, or use colored pencil. But I'm going to leave that little white dot there. Okay. So we're going to keep on going. Now I'm going to add a little bit of whiskers coming out. So right here, I see a little, kind of like a little bit of a bump there and a little bit of a bump over here. So I'm just going to add that. It's kind of like the letter C over here and a backwards letter C over here. That's part of his little snout, and I'm going to make the whiskers coming out. A couple whiskers sticking out there. All right. Next, I'm just going to go back and darken a little bit above his eye. When I look at that photograph here of this baby fox, I see that it's a little bit darker above his eye. And maybe I'll bring that down a little bit to the side. Do the same thing on this side. Just kind of darken that line a little bit over here and darken it on the side. So I like how it's looking so far. We'll stop right here and we'll continue again tomorrow. And again, if you want to use Google Draw to make your fox, you can. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Virtual P. I'm Miss Reedy. You're going to need your weights when you're working out with me, so make sure you pause this video now and go get them. But today I'm going to be working out your arms, back, chest, and shoulders. I'm assuming you'll work your lower body with your legs. I know Monday was hard and your abs are probably burning, so we're going to back off the abdominals today, and we're going to work upper body and lower body. Alright, so let's get to it.
Okay, Gators, you ready for your Wednesday workout? Okay, today we're going to do some leg work. We did some upper body the other day, so with me, you're going to do some leg work. We're going to combine two exercises. One is called a stiff leg deadlift, and the other one is called a single leg lunge. Okay? Get your water bottles if you want. If you don't want to use any weight, that is fine also. I'm going to show you first the example, all right? Show you the form, give you a quick minute to go get your water bottles, and then we'll get the workout on. Okay? So, a stiff leg deadlift. Feet are together. Legs are straight. Do not bend your knees. Okay? You have the weight in hand. You're going to have your head up and just reach down as far as you can and come up. Okay? Legs are straight. Do not bend the knees, and you should feel that right in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. Okay? Then we're going to go into a single leg lunge. All right? It's simple. Again, this is form. It's not speed. Make sure you keep your balance. You get a good rep. Okay? So we're going to go left leg first. Just come out, down. Right leg. Always plant your feet. Get your balance before you do your rep. Okay? Okay? There's your example. So, go get your water jugs or whatever weight you want. Come back in a minute. We'll get the workout done. 9. 7. 6.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.